right? So now you've got a great offense and then your goaltender. There's really no in between when it comes to the defense. And I'm not saying they don't have defense. Oiler fans, shut up. I get it. I know you have defense, but you don't have a Shea Weber. You don't have a Ben Sherrod. You don't have a guy, a Tyler Myers, a Dustin Byfuglien, a guy where you go, that's the cornerstone of our defense. You don't have that guy. You have very offensive defensemen, and I get your whole idea is all offense, but when you leave it to just our only defense is our goaltending, that's the problem you run into.
Well, let's be honest. They got Divan Darnell back there, too. So
both offensive defensemen, though. They are.
We'll chat about him in a second on that nasty snipe he had in Game 4, but as far as Skinner goes, I mean, his rebound control is terrible. Like, he's not been able to get much sticking to him the last couple of games. He's got to figure that out. But Calvin Pickard, Winnipeg boy, the pride of Las Vegas, Manitoba. This dude is like a 50-minute oil change. It's not pretty, but it will do. 7-0. He comes in. He's making big saves. I don't know how he does it. From a technical perspective, he is the clunkiest goaltender probably in the NHL. He does not belong from a structural perspective, but they don't ask how. They ask how many. He goes 24 of 25. And outside of fumbling that puck behind the net in the tying goal, which if he'd stopped it, they win in regulation, perfect game. Perfect game. Great rebound control for the most part. Timely saves. That big one on Bennett in overtime that led to Draisaitl one-handing it past Bob's.
Well, that's one thing I find interesting from a psychological standpoint, and that's kind of what I default to more often than not because I really enjoy that aspect of the game. But you can speak to this more than I can, but when your backup goaltender goes in, your strategy changes more often than not. Not with the Edmonton Oilers. They don't. Again, this kind of goes to prove my point. We're all offense. Doesn't matter who's back there. We'll take care of this end. And if you can't take care of that end, we'll take care of more goals, score more goals than the other guy, right? But their strategy does not change. They could put you in, pull you out of the stands. They're not going to play any different. They're going to play the exact same way. And I think as bad as the rebound control has been, I think that's also on the Oilers not understanding that that's part of the strategy.
Yeah, but you got to make a chest save, dude. If they shoot the puck at the logo, you got to soak that.
Yeah, I get that. But they are playing under the idea of those are going to squeak by.
I don't know, man. If you're the goalie coach, you got to say, dude, you can't have the puck going off the logo on to Chuck's tape, Barry, and backdoor. You got to soak those. But hey, I'm not an NHL goalie coach or an NHL goalie. But what I am is a advocate of Evander Kane. Can we talk about EK91 for a second? I feel like this guy gets shit on so much. I feel like he's cleaned up his life the past couple of years. And yeah, maybe on Saturdays he goes to the River Cree Casino and Resort and throws 6 figures on black 3 times a week. He's scoring goals. He's driving a nice car. He's ripping the Rari.
Nice car. Nice car.
An exceptional car, the Rari.
Thank you, yes.
Well, he's got the Rari and the Rolls. And as I alluded to earlier, Anna Kane is somewhere out there.
I will say this about Kane. Hear me out about Kane. He rides high and he rides low and he averages out just like the rest of us. He enjoys the highs, probably ignores most of the lows, but in the grand scheme of things, he performs when needs be. He ignores all of the negative stuff about him. He lives in his own little bubble. Good for him.
Bet it all on black, 100K, baby. River Cree Casino and Resort. Just outside of Edmonton. I've been there. Beautiful casino.
It is.
Which Dave thought the kids played hockey at in the casino. They play at the ice rink attached to the casino. We do a hockey podcast called Sling the Biscuit every single Sunday. The clips, the bite-sized chunks are right here. Only the hits, the full-length show, which you don't want to miss, is right here. That's Dave. I'm Travis. We'll see you soon.